Hey guys, welcome back to D&D. Joined today by Xilo, JoINrbs, Tsui, and Rikytan. We're going to continue the 2-off campaign we started last week. So these will be basically 8 linked episodes with probably semi-unique characters for this particular segment of the playthrough. If you didn't watch last week, this probably isn't going to make too much sense. You might want to catch up on that. But if you did, just a brief recap of what happened at the end of the last episode last week. And that was we entered the boundary between the material realm and the elemental realms, and we fought a guardian of that boundary, a giant named Sporog and his giant, I think, bull, mechanical bull. We're not entirely sure what it was. Didn't do a lot. We don't really care.
Gorgon. It was a Gorgon.
Gorgon.
Yeah.
That's right. It's a Gorgon. That's right. I'd forgotten. We fought and defeated him, and have been judged worthy to enter the elemental realms, where we're hopefully going to find out some of what is causing all of this negative bleed through in the material realm. So I think that's what we're going to pick up today.
After we long rest.
There'll be no long resting, that's for sure.
Yes.
But the rest of this I could see.
Alright, so I believe where we left off specifically was you had just defeated him in combat, and he had yielded to you guys, and you were still all in your combat positions. So
Right.
Was I still in midair? No, I ran back.
no, you run back to like the periphery of this
Right.
giant circle final destination type platform.
And by the way, I'm kind of looking at you, Navio, and a little bit surprised. I've known you for a long time, and I know you practice parkour, but I've never seen it actually be useful before. I've seen you like flip off trees and shit, and I was just like expecting you to get your ass handed to you, like jump up and the giant swat you out of the air or something. So I'm a little bit surprised. I'm kind of reevaluating you a little bit as we're sitting here.
Well, I think overall that went fairly well, gentlemen.
Yes.
And Strog's kind of like still kneeling a little bit when he hears you say that, and he chuckles and responds, "Yes, I suppose it did. I seem to have underestimated a lot of you quite a bit. I must have lost track of how much time precisely I've been here. Mortals were never this strong back when I was present on your plane."
It's quite all right, my giant friend. But as you can see, we're not messing around. So I think we'll probably just see what's on the other side of this portal, and
I ask if there's any way I can offer aid. I say, Mighty Sporag, we don't take much pleasure in your defeat. We wish only to help the realm which we've come from. Is there any way we can aid you in your recovery, or are you all right?
No, it's quite all right. I should be good. I just need a bit of rest, and you're welcome to go through the portal to the elemental realm. But
can you tell us what we will face when we immediately enter it? What will be on the other side directly?
The waypoint should lead you somewhere that you will all be fairly comfortable in, near the border realms of the four planes. As you move further into them, the environment will be getting a bit more extreme. And because of the fragility of mortals, I actually have some amulets for the 4 of you to ensure that if you wander too far, you won't end up running out of air or having the temperature differential destroy your bodies. And then he kind of like reaches down into a pouch that he has on his waist and pulls out 4 amulets. Yeah, it's like right around that region, but it's not in the loincloth. It's kind of off to the side.
Okay.
Well, that's mighty convenient.
Just a second. Can I insight check if he's telling the truth about these amulets, what
question.
they do?
Sure. Go ahead.
It's gonna be rubbish, but doesn't matter. I just don't
You
trust.
You have no idea. You can't tell if he's being honest or deceitful, or if he's making fun of you, or if he is even speaking a language you can understand, apparently.
Can I insight check Fezlu to see if I know that he doesn't know anything what the giant's saying?
Yes.
Excellent.
That's got to be a hard DC.
It can be my deception roll, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or against
Roll-
what?
Jeez.
Let me pull open your sheet here. This is fun. Against your performance.
Okay.
Because you notice Gorn checking you out, and you like kind of want to mask the fact that you're confused a little bit,
It's fine.
and you do a pretty good job of acting. So what you see, Gorn, is that Fezulu is acting very much like he has a good grasp on what this giant is doing. He's kind of like giving a little nod to himself, self-assured. Like he understands perfectly what's going on, even though
All right.
in reality he has no idea.
Well, I'm glad someone in the party's taking care of it. Now that I feel like someone's on that, I don't have to worry about that myself. So that's good. That's good. We could potentially, I'll say to Sporeg, this location here, this room between realms, is this a permanent location? Will it still be here? If we choose to rest here, is this a safe spot before we enter the dangers of the elemental realms?
I can assure you that so long as you remain here, you will be safe from any other entities that may come to enter into this space. So if you would like to stay and rest, eat, drink, perhaps ask me any questions or listen to anything that I'd have to say about what I think is going on here, you're welcome to do so, or you're welcome to carry on your way.
You're a mighty warrior. It's taken a lot out of me. I would like to perhaps spend some time recovering before the next challenge.
Sure.
Okay, so start setting up camp here.
I mean, it's not much. It's that we don't have to put a tent up. We can just sleep under the blackness. And there's nothing to burn, so we can't have a fire.
Yeah.
So,
So
what has this guy been eating, and
so after you
where's he
so
been
after
shitting this whole?
so
South
after
The other
years?
adventurers.
Over the edge.
Yeah.
relax. So after you say that, he kind of does one of these with his hand, and then like the floor starts shifting underneath all of your feet, and the platform kind of like spreads outwards from the center, and like a huge table comes up, and like some chairs, like giant-sized chairs, but like around it, and there's a large amount of food on the table, so on and so forth, and then like like there's some blankets and so on, but they're for like someone his size, because magic.
That's a fancy
Cool.
magic you got there.
How many blankets are there?
3.
There's like 3 blankets, but they're the size for a giant, so probably like 500 blankets for someone your size. If you
Dibs.
cut them up into small patches.
Oh, I don't think I would cut up his blankets. I'd just say I would take that one. And then, who doesn't have one?
I mean,
I don't even try to grab
Only-
one. I just head
only a-
right over to
only
Goran's
a
blanket
strength
with him.
test.
Fair enough.
For it.
Fair enough. Nabe and I would take this one, I say. For the group.
so
It's huge.
So, my fair giant friend, you said your father, at one point in the past, like, slew some entity in the elemental plane, which is what fixed the problems in the past?
That, my friend, is a long story. My father is a god named Kex, and I am unsure whether or not you have ever heard of him. This is quite some time ago, and though I haven't been inside the elemental realm myself because I have been stationed here, I have heard a few whispers that he has been getting older, and I suspect that what happened, or what has happened, because I can tell that there's conflict going on in there, like there was before he came here the first time, due to the fact that it was harming the material realm where he was creating a great deal of life forms, that he's probably been weakened by something, and if I had to guess, he's probably either been deposed or someone has gotten enough courage to challenge his rule there.
So then, would you consider joining us? Because you're invested in the outcome?
You say to the giant.
I would be happy to, but unfortunately I am bound to this place because he and I got into a bit of an argument. Here, let me show you. And he gets up and sort of like walks towards the door to the elemental plane, and he opens it and he like goes to walk through it, and he just sort of like bounces off of the energy, like no matter how hard he pushes into it, and he says, "This is I'm stuck here. Unfortunately, this is something of a prison to me."
Wow, that sucks.
Do any of you guys have a game board of any type?
Does.
Ooh.
Game board? I have only had a ballast gate.
If I completely filled out like my inventory with all the like trinkets that like a noble would have, I probably would have some kind of thing like that.
Yeah, I think they have one, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
So how about let's say Uliseth has a deck of cards. How about that?
Sure.
In a dull moment in between some of the conversation happening as we're preparing to settle down for the night, I suggest to Uliseth that he leave, either play a game or leave the cards with the giant, because the giant seems to be spending a long ass time here by himself.
Right. Teach him how to play solitaire and be like, well, I expect you to be really
Probably
good at
his
this.
Gorgon could play war with him, and that game goes
You have a
literally
magic
forever.
that will enlarge the cards for him? Because they are quite small.
Good. Well, then I like the idea of a giant trying to shuffle a human-sized deck of cards. It's perfect. So, all right. So I'm ready to rest. If you guys have anything, do you want to ask me other questions?
I assume we set up camp, and like as we're camping, if anyone wants to talk to him, we can talk to him.
He's here.
Okay.
So he's never been into the elemental realms. He said.
Yeah. That's what I said. Yeah.
No, not in a long time if he has been. He hasn't said whether or not he has been, but he said that, this has been his prison for quite a long time.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, yep. I'll just settle down, snuggle, and sleep.
All right. Long rest.
Cool.
All right. So with a long rest, you get all your HP back. You get half of any HP dice that you used.
But
I don't think we've had any short rests, so I don't think that matters for now. Right.
Nope. You haven't used any dice.
Do you have any spells, Navio? You don't, right?
I don't.
Yeah, he's got some.
Is Rage a spell? I don't
No,
know which
it's a
these are
resource
spells
that
and which are
recovers.
abilities.
Yeah,
Yes.
you regain
I
all
have
your
jump.
rages.
Long Strider, Beast Slat. I think I used Beast Sense, right?
That's a ritual, though, and that's from Barbarian, so you can do that for free. That doesn't take a spell card.
I think the only
So I
long
do, but I didn't use
abilities-
any.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
Except for Rage, which isn't a spell, but you get that back. So.
Correct.
All right.
All right.
Then, it appears we're
We are ready to move
just
on.
jumping in there, guys.
Yep.
So, after some time, you all get a good night's or good time's sleep. You're not sure what time it is. There's no relative star to tell what time
By the way, what
it is.
happens when we have to use the toilet?
Do you have to get up to use the toilet?
Yep.
All right, a little private room pops up.
Oh, really? Like
Put
on
on
demand?
size.
Giant
Yeah.
sized?
Yeah.
Is it like a giant's outhouse?
Oh yeah.
All right, I
Oh
will.
man, that can't possibly smell good after 1,000 years.
Yeah, it's millennium, and there's
Well,
only
yeah,
him
but
in the bowl.
it's magic
Gorgon.
too, though, so you don't know.
Oh, it doesn't smell like
Oh,
anything.
okay.
All right, I open the door
Uh,
and I kind of gingerly inhale.
No, it doesn't smell like anything.
All right,
These details are important.
and
I mean,
it's a
it
huge
smells.
fucking
It smells.
toilet, right?
It smells slightly like giant BO because you were just in a fight with him, and that the whole room smells a little bit like that. But other than that, like
Okay.
there's no distinct smell of feces now.
Right.
Or
And is it
urine.
like sparkling clean?
Yeah,
All right.
it's very clean.
As I'm peeing, I pee a little bit on the side just to see what happens. Just like this, not directly in the toilet, but like on the side.
You're that guy?
I want to see what
Oh.
happens in this realm.
All right, so it sits there for like 10 or 15 seconds until after you're finished, and you sit there staring at it for a minute, and then it sort of like starts to sizzle and sort of like sizzles into non-existence
Does it-
as does your urine in
Heats
the
up
in
or
the
like
in the
just, or fizzles.
no, it just sort of like fizzles out of whatever existence. It's gone.
I walk
so
out
does the urine in the
thoroughly impressed. And when I get back into the covers, I'm like, Navu, you have to check out the bathroom. We gotta get one of those. And then I go back to sleep.
Hey man, apparently a god is who imprisoned him here, so...
But not.
Yeah,
He wasn't like held in like a horrible. I mean, I guess after 4,000 years or whatever it was, that's probably not that exciting, but that's pretty exciting.
Right.
Huh. Okay. So we sleep. Anyone else have anything else they want to do tonight?
Yep.
Everyone else just holds it. Got it.
No, I wet myself while I was jumping in front of the giant's face, so I'm good.
All right.
Every time
Right.
we take a long rest, we have to include exactly how many times we urinate.
I don't
From
think
now.
that's necessary every time, but this seemed like a special occasion with a very unique set of things that I wanted to explore as part of this world.
Okay.
Okay. So, the whatever time period passes.
Yep. Time period passes. You're all nice and refreshed, and the giant had been sitting there with Ulisef's card deck all night, just like using his forefinger and thumb to like move the cards around after he was taught to play solitaire. And he notices you all wake up, and he says, "This game is entrancing."
Excellent.
Thank
For you.
kindly.
I say, will we see you on our return, on our trip out of here? Will we have to pass through this location and return to the material plane, or will there be other exits available to us?
Depends on which exit you use. If you use the one that you came in through, yes, you will be going back through here. If you go through another way gate, it's likely that you won't. Depends on which portal you use. There are many connections between planes.
Well, I wish you well.
Do we
You
like
as well.
get like a key pass or something so the people at the other connections know we're allowed to travel?
That's a good point. Will these amulets identify us as individuals welcome to travel these realms?
Normally, individuals are just this specific portal is the only one I know of that operates this way.
Oh, I see.
It was extra. We had to pay extra for the other stops. Okay.
Indeed, it seems so. I would suggest though, once you make it to the elemental planes, that perhaps your first stop should be the city of Brass. I know that there are planar travelers from many realms that go there. Perhaps you can find out precisely what it is that's going on.
Thank you for your advice.
Is it...
Why, thank you for the deck of cards.
Where is the city of Brass relative to where we enter?
I'm sure there'll be signs.
It should be relatively easy to see. This is slightly different than what you're used to on the material plane. If you look off into the horizon, towards the plane of fire, you should see some sign of it. If you start moving in that direction, there's roughly 200 kilometers of brass ground on any side of the city, which is why it's called the City of Brass.
All right, then.
All right.
We'll see you when we see you.
Indeed.
I say anyone needs to use the toilet before we go. You're never gonna find something like this anywhere else. It's truly fucking amazing.
It's frog laughs.
I mean, Illusev is happy to go use the magical toilet if it's so enthralling, but...
I'm ready to enter the material plane.
Material?
Sorry, elemental.
The other one.
Yeah.
All right.
Before we just enter, I will cast Mage Armor on myself. So I have it up.
Just
And
one
I'm ready.
Just one tiny little side thing. We've been playing D&D for decades, and this is the first time in a D&D game that I'm going to another plane, so I'm excited.
Mm.
It's cool. It should be a lot of fun. Anyone else want to do anything before you guys go through the portal?
No, I'm empty. Thank you.
I'm good.
All right.
So,
So you guys all walk through this portal, and it's much different than the first. Your vision doesn't really go out as you're going through. It just sort of like fades away the room that you were just in, and everything else comes like clearly in the vision. It's really, really bright at first as you all step through out into sand, and it's a lot noisier than you would have all expected, and perhaps that's because you were just in a room that didn't have any ambient noise at all. But it's a little overwhelming at first, and I need all of you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
God damn it. Free fall.
What do these amulets do, by the way?
What?
He already said they help us from running out of air or dying to like huge temperature extremes.
All right, okay.
Yeah, because reasons.
All right, okay.
Sea of fire. Hello.
Yeah.
Might help
So-
with that.
You guys all step out into the borderlands, sort of in the middle of these plains onto the Cinder Wastes, and as you do so, it's very clear that this noise isn't just ambient. That there's an active engagement going on here, and anyone who rolled, so Navio, Fesilu, and Ulisef, all of you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as a huge rock kind of strikes the ground near all of you and sprays up warm, slightly hot sand and, like shards of rock that broke off of this boulder that hit all of you. And I would like you all to also roll for initiative here.
So we teleport in and we're suddenly surrounded by a battle.
It makes total
Yes.
sense. Are you talking like this is think of this as a choke point. This is the ultimate choke point. It's between
Right.
planes where people are going to come out in a set point. I'm surprised.
No,
we get, like, a fucking
it makes
rock-
complete sense.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to clarify reality.
Yes, that is the reality.
Oh, I
you
roll-
step
I roll-
out into the middle of a battle here.
I forgot I'm a ranger. I roll with the advantage. Ha!
Oh shit! I didn't put the turn order. Oh no, it did. It automatically did that. That's very
Oh,
very excellent. So I gotta throw this shit.
only my name.
Oh, Fezlu's 16. You can go first if you like, Fezlu.
Okay.
Indeed.
I
I
can do
gotta
that.
roll
Why
for
is-
initiative here too.
What's up?
What else? I just need.
Why is the turn order ordered wrong?
Because it's not set up in order yet.
What is the?
Oh, wait.
Oh my god! What the heck did I just do? My browser just like
All right,
is
take a second.
crashing.
It's fine. Take a second. We'll roleplay this moment.
As I'm like dragging stuff around on Roll20 to like set up the scene here real quick. Of
I
course,
walk through this
crack.
portal. A huge fucking rock flies us. I calmly roll out of the way. No pressure on my bladder.
Navio,
Yeah.
Navio is trying very hard to pretend that he meant to get hit by the rock. Like,
What does that look
you
like?
didn't get hit. You didn't get hit directly.
He's
by
like
the bullet.
smirking.
Just kind of like landed near you. You guys got sprayed with some shrapnel. But
I rode that rock wave.
Huge.
he says some sort of platitude like, "What doesn't kill me makes me stronger," something like that.
Classic. Classic. Ugh.
So what do we see, Sui, as your browser's loading?
Yeah, as my browser is loading, so you guys see some pretty. Did this not save all my stuff in here? I'm just missing one. No, I'm missing two. No, I'm missing one. No, I'm missing none.
All right. Well, glad
My
we got
stuff
that
just
out.
like, yeah, my stuff just got put into a really bad order here.
Okay. Ooh, what is it? Oh, it does not update your health. My health on the character sheet. Okay.
My
Right.
stuff just got all out of order.
Just for the record, also, Fessalu can cast plane shift and return us to the material plane at any time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't forget. Don't
Grab
worry.
you
Yeah,
guys.
I'm sure you didn't forget.
I have no idea what that
Sure.
is.
They don't know what spell that is.
Right.
It will be a surprise.
It's good. Quasi-friendly casters casting very bizarre spells on me that change me from planes. I'm sure that will be extremely exciting to experience firsthand.
It has to be a willing creature, so if you are against
I know.
it,
If I don't know it, I'm probably unwilling unless I know what's happening.
bye bye.
That's not informed consent, and I'm not down for that.
Pretty much. All right, I'm gonna pull you guys over here. My background got deleted while I was loading this page, but that doesn't really matter all that
Oh,
much.
hey.
So,
Okay.
you guys are surrounded by quite a number of elementals from every single plane, because you guys are right in the focal point, on the border of what did I just say? The border of these sands here.
Okay.
The Cinder Wastes. When you come in here, and I'm just gonna make all these guys 0 because that's easier. So, what would you like to do, Gorn?
Well, first of all, can we set up? I can't. The turn order doesn't show now.
Don't reset it, yeah.
Doesn't show now?
No. And Fezaloo and I rolled this same initiative. I think Fezaloo would like to go first. I'm
I-
fine with that.
Oh wait, what is
It's,
your dexterity modifier?
It's a dexterity
Oh.
modifier. Is
I have a million.
what breaks the tie.
5 is my dex mod.
Yeah, so you go first then.
It's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do I need to do to get the turn order up there properly, Sui? Where are these
You need to-
elementals going?
I can't apparently add a turn to them by clicking on it if they're that high up on the thing.
Oh, I see.
Just a question, when we arrive, were they fighting each other or is
Oh,
everybody
oh,
against
yeah.
us?
Their weapon stuff all at each other, hardcore. And the guy who just tossed that boulder was down here from this direction.
The Earth Elemental, okay.
Yeah.
Sui, I have a mechanic question for you as GM.
Me?
I have bonuses versus things that haven't acted in the first round. How does that work here?
That's actually a very good question. Let me read the precise text. Do you have the precise text for that, or should I pull open?
I
Yeah,
may
I
have
would-
it. I write abbreviated stuff.
I would assume that it's relevant to the first round of you entering the combat, but
Okay.
I'll double check real quick.
I think when the combat starts for us. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it would be relative to your first round of combat if you're joining into a combat.
Well,
that's
surprise rounds
eight
I would
other
be
people,
problematic. So if any of these had a surprise round versus me, that would
Right, but that's a different
okay,
thing. Though
different
you're entering a combat that's
Gotcha.
already engaged. Let me pull open the UA Ranger
And has
PDFs.
anything acted this round yet? Then
compared
I guess,
to you?
yeah, I guess
no.
that Earth. Oh, not the Earth thing. Okay,
Is it assassinate that you have, Filthy?
I don't. It's not assassinate, but it's something very similar to that.
On your
I do
first
have
turn during
Assassinate.
combat, you gain +10 bonus action to speed, and you can use the attack action to make one additional attack as from under dark skeleton. So it's on your first turn of combat, yes.
Yeah,
But
but there's also a
Assassinate
ranger thing, which is
is-
I have advantage versus things that haven't acted in the first round of combat.
Oh, yeah. That's the same thing as Assassinate, right?
yes, exactly.
Assassinate is any creature that hasn't taken a turn in the combat yet
Correct.
at all.
Yeah, so it would be relative to you, so it would be everything but the Earth Elemental, because that is the attack that jerked you guys.
Can you describe these
Looks like
elementals just a little bit? So we have the Earth Elemental is just throwing a boulder at us. What are these Fire Elementals? And I mean, I know I only get a second, I only get a moment to glance around before I want to act, but just so I have some sense, what's happening?
Okay, so southeast relative or southeast direction relative to where you're looking. You're not sure where north or south or
The brown
east or west. The brown plane. There's a large boulder-like creature who just literally threw a huge rock that landed right about here and sprayed shrapnel all over you, and some of the shrapnel sunk into these water elementals and just sort of murkied them up a little bit. So there's some chunks of stuff floating in these dudes, and there's a pool of water that they're both in, a draw relative, so you could kind of have an idea. There's kind of an ambient pool. That's not a free hand.
And how many are these relatively human? I mean, these are elementals, and we roughly have an idea what theirs, but these are fairly humanoid-looking elementals in the sense they are their limbs, four limbs.
They kind of have limbs, and most of them have distinct-ish head areas and arms. The Earth Elemental has distinct legs, but none of the other ones do. They're just kind of a mass of water, swirling wind, or the vortex of fire.
And are the distances on this map accurate?
Yes.
Okay. And the environment is just like a sandy desert, which is...
It's pretty sandy desert. Not super impactful, but there is a rock right now. Well, a fairly large boulder right next to you guys now that just got tossed.
And as best as I can tell, all four groups of these are hostile to us.
Best you can tell, they were all fighting each other. There don't seem to be any practical alliances crossing borders, 'cause none of them are grouped with each other. They're not looking at you at all. The attack that impacted the first three of you clearly wasn't intended for you and was intended to hit one of these water elementals or a water elemental that you can't see that was dissipated, because there's a very large ambient pool of water right around the region where it impacted, going back to where these two elementals are.
Okay. I will then move this way. Let's take a look. Get 40 in the first move, I believe. I'm gonna move. It's not me though.
Just one question about how far are they? Does it work that this water element is 10 feet?
I just asked that.
Away from me? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the map bigger too, because you guys can move, and then I'll throw in some random terrain features down here.
Interesting.
While you guys think about what you're doing here.
Alright. I'm going to run this way to about 30. I don't want that. There, I think.
The only thing that shows up on our turn order also is just the elementals, none of us.
Excuse me.
Really? Let me pull it back. Where is my turn order? Scroll out. I can't pull the turn order up at all anymore. What the fuck? Let me refresh this.
Is your computer turned on?
It is, yeah. Okay, there it is. Let me close the turn order and try pulling it back up. It got you guys on there now?
No.
Shows you on there for me. What the hell? Just try re-adding yourselves. Here, let me delete you guys out, and I'll add you guys' turns back in.
I'm gonna roll another initiative roll just to see if it puts me on the thing. Yeah, it tells me I don't have a token selected. I clearly do.
Hold on a second. Can you move your guys' tokens around?
I can move my token around, yep.
It's
And actually, when I
showing you
re-rolled
on the
initiative,
photo
it put me there, and I'm just going to edit my initiative to what I rolled the first time. So why don't you guys just select your token, re-roll initiative, and then edit it to what you rolled before. And it added me to the order.
There you go.
Okay. I'm going to run...
Oh, what?
What's the matter?
Yep.
Okay.
You're good.
Just edit your initiative to what it was for. Okay. I'm going to run southeast 40 feet from the group. I'm going to turn and take a look at this closest fire elemental. And I'm going to take aim, and I'm going to shoot it as many times as I can.
All right, so that's 1 billion.
Yeah, about 1 billion.
3 and 1 is 4, and 3 is... It's 7 your first turn, right? If you use Action Surge.
Yeah.
Are you using Action Surge? I assume you're using Action Surge.
Yeah, I think I'm going to use some Action Surge. I'm going to use an attack action, and because I'm a fighter, I'll attack it 3 times. Because I'm Underdark in the first turn, that'll be 4 times. Then I'm going to Action Surge, and then I'm going to shoot it. I'm going to use another action for 3 more attacks. It's 7. And I'm going to use my bonus action. Before I do any of them, I'm going to cast Hex on it. So first is Hex.
So throw up the spell card for Hex.
Okay. Hunter's Mark. I keep calling it Hex, but it's not Hex. Okay, it's Hunter's Mark. Okay, and then I'm going to attack it 7 times. Well, we'll start. I mean, I get to do them in order, so I get to see the results to see if it dies, and then choose something else. But that's going to be the first goal, is to kill this thing.
All right, sounds good.
So we'll start shooting, and I get advantage on the first round. So let me do that. Okay, I will take. Let's take an aim shot to begin with. There's the first one. It's a crit. And do I need to do?
That's a hit.
Yeah. Do I need to do damage on? I guess I do.
Yeah.
I guess I have to do them individually to see if we kill it. Okay. So the first one does it's 27 and 5 is 32. And the second
30?
one is gonna do. I'll take another aim shot. Is a 27 a hit? Okay.
Yep.
So I guess I should start tracking these. So that is 23.
Okay.
The third one is gonna be another aim shot. So 26.
That's a hit.
That'll be 21.
Okay.
The fourth one will be also an aim shot. It's an 18.
18 is hit.
Okay. And that does 20.
Okay.
Is it still up? I have done it's 55 is 76 is 90. I've done 96 damage to it so far. Is it still up?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'll shoot it again with aim shot. And I'm going to use precision attack on this one.
Okay.
Which is 14 total.
It's a hit.
It's a hit! Oh, okay, nice. All right. That is 23 and 1 is 24.
Okay. Bursts into
actually
into fire.
23, sorry. 23, not 24. Burst into fire?
Yep, that's fun. Yeah, the last arrow sinks deep. Well, you can describe it if you would like to, but these are kind of like Luke's, so I don't really care. The last bolt sinks into its chest after the initial volley. You shoot it several times, and the last one sinks sort of like into its chest cavity area, and it just sort of like explodes.
Okay.
Into like little shrapnel of fire, and then just kind of like airs out and dissipates.
All right. And I have 2 attacks left, which I will take on the immediate next fire elemental, the one closest to the group. And
this one?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's a 20.
It's a hit.
That does only 20 damage.
Okay.
And one last attack, also at advantage. That will be 23.
It's a hit.
So that does 19. All right. And
All right.
I'll yell. I think we must kill these all. And that's all, yo.
Alright, that's Lou. It's all of you.
Yeah. Okay. So let's test this. I want to test the moving thing.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's not 5, 10,
Your mic's 3.
I know I'm typing as well here to make this easier. Here, I can mute it if you want while I'm
No.
doing
No,
this.
Oh wait, no, not like that. Down and this way. Okay. I want to move here, and then I want to cast Cone of Cold. This way, so I hit the 5 elementals. It should be each creature in a 60-foot cone.
Throw up the spell card.
You cocked it?
If you need to draw to like do the spell cone, you can do that too.
Oh, I did it. I want not attack the spell card. Okay.
Yeah, where are the spell cards? Constitution saving throw. Alright, and you already made your damage roll, so it's just
and I will use Empowered Spell to reroll some of the dices, and I would like to reroll the 3 dices, the 2, 3, and 3.
Okay.
It will cost me 1 sorcery point. So it's...
So 29 plus what you roll.
Yep.
Cool.
29, 48, yeah.
48.
Not bad.
Alright, so let me make these guys the saving throws. It's called
Damage and Constitution saving throw.
Yep. Alright. And you are... Alright, and... Alright, so 48. The 2 elementals closest to you take full damage. 2 fire elementals. The one closest to the group looks fairly wounded. That coldness did a bit of a number on him, though he's still kicking. And the 2 air elementals in the back take some damage as well, but are still quite healthy indeed. Alright, Mr. Navio, it's all you.
Well, she doesn't have any more movement left?
No, this was my 30 feet movement.
Gotcha.
I'm excited to see how you can jump in this plane.
Can I like do a backflip off this rock to my right? That doesn't seem necessary. I think I can just move here. Can I just move here?
Yep.
Yep. You can do that.
Rage, and can I like take the scimitar and the hand axe out at once and just spin around in circles?
You can do you can do that. Normally, making a second attack when dual wielding is a bonus action for two-handed attacking. I'm pretty sure. Although I haven't played with that all that much, but yes, you can take out the hand axe if you want to in one of your hands for subsequent turns. Let me take a double look here. I'm pretty sure that's how two-handed wielding works. Two weapon attacking.
I have actually no idea, obviously. So
yeah.
I think with the offhand is a bonus action to attack.
Yeah, it is. I just double checked. It's a bonus action to attack with your with your offhand, and you don't add your ability modifier to the damage of that attack unless it's negative by default. So
Is that
That's
more
it.
attacks than it would be with just your regular attack then?
well, he uses bonus action to rage this turn. So, and he
can't
also
do it
would
anyways.
lose. Yeah, he would also lose 2 damage on all of his attacks from Duelist for having 2 weapons out. So he probably doesn't want to do that this turn.
Okay, I'm gonna make reckless attacks.
Okay.
All right, sweet. Sounds good.
On which one?
That's just a yes/no for the rest of the turn. All the attacks that he makes this turn automatically have advantage.
Okay.
Yep.
And all attacks that gets hit next
And-
turn have advantage.
I'm gonna like start on the one that's to the right of me and go around clockwise.
All right, sounds good.
I'm assuming that I kill at least one.
seems
Very naive.
Seems possible. Seems plausible. Seems maybe even likely.
Okay.
These aren't beasts; they're elementals. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, they're quite elementally.
All right. I don't know how many attacks I have.
So you'll have 1 from your base attack, 1 from extra attack, 1 from Underdark Scout, and that should be it for the first turn.
Sounds
No
like great.
haste this time.
And then 3, and then you get your sneak attack.
The sneak
From
attack
attack
is just
damage.
extra damage.
Yeah.
Does he? And he has a magic. Okay, yeah.
All right.
But does he have
My
assassinate
first
too?
attack.
He does.
You have
So
assassinate,
he
yeah.
gets assassinate for.
All right. Let's see it.
Does that mean I didn't need to go reckless because I already had advantage, or do I have advantage twice now?
You can't get advantage twice.
You can't get advantage twice.
Does assassinate give some sort of advantage?
So it gives a crit, I guess, every time that I hit. But
Okay.
I already had advantage from assassinate, so there's no
Yeah.
reason in me being reckless.
Oh, assassinate gives advantage then.
Yeah.
Assassinate gives
Okay,
advantage.
so
to
I'm not
manipulation,
reckless this turn.
Any
I take
crit.
it back.
Are you
Yeah.
timid? Or just
I'm very
normal?
timid.
So
I'm confused, I think. But
Okay.
okay. I'm going to click on the scimitar now
Okay.
and attack with advantage.
Against the one on the right. It's
Yep.
Crit. All right. Roll for damage.
How do I roll for damage?
Click on the,
You just click on
29.
the scimitar button.
Oh, scimitar.
Or it's
yeah,
a
that.
scimitar +1.
And that's critically damaging.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's,
included.
It's already added to it.
so that's 10 plus 2 damage from rage plus your sneak attack is. So click on your sneak attack button, and then that's a critical. So it's 66s for that, right? Because it doubles. Yes.
I don't
Right.
actually know where my sneak attack button is.
It's under your attacks on core. I put it in there. It just says sneak attack right underneath scimitar.
Ah,
Okay. So that's doubled?
Yep.
So you just click that twice.
Oh, no, you just double it. You don't want to click it twice, it will roll differently.
Oh yeah.
Is it
No,
doubled
you-
or you
you-
roll
you-
twice?
you
It's
roll.
not just double.
You do
You
roll.
roll.
Oh, it's roll
roll
twice.
66. Yeah.
Okay,
So
I see.
it's 29 sneak attack damage plus
this is why
12.
Navio went into parkour. It was much less confusing.
41.
So you do 41 to this first elemental, and he explodes like a motherfucker.
So does standing next to a fire elemental when it explodes do anything to you? Because I've been curious
We're
about
about to find out.
No, it does. It does not.
Aw.
Lab elementals.
So the first one is quite dead.
Okay.
Squish.
It's attack number 1.
Attack number 1.
Attack number 2.
Okay.
Do it to it. And this is against one to the south of you or the north of you?
Correct. We're going clockwise, so this is
Yep.
the one to the south.
All right, 18 is a hit. Roll for damage.
Okay.
All right, so he takes.
Do I have to roll twice because it's critical damage? I don't understand what critical damage is.
That's just for that attack.
No, it's not. He's assassinating.
Yeah, I'm an assassin this turn, so all of my attacks are criticals.
Right.
That's. that true? Are they surprised? I think that's just if they're surprised.
Oh, and they're not surprised.
No one's surprised.
I see.
They are well aware of us.
I thought that I was interpreting surprised as like hadn't acted yet.
No,
in
no, different
combat.
things.
Those are
Different thing.
I
Okay.
can double check. Let me double check. And any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a crit automatically. No. So, no, they're not. It's not a guaranteed crit, no.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Gotcha.
So that guy takes 7.
And I think you have one more attack.
+2 from raid,
Plus 2
right?
from range. Yep.
Does he get sneak attack?
No, you always take attack once a
Sneak
turn.
attacks is once a turn.
Only once, yeah.
Did I get to choose which one was a sneak attack, or was it always the first one?
Generally,
You can
you
choose
get to
which one you
choose.
want, but you probably always want to do it on a critical. Because
Yeah.
it will double on criticals and it won't on non-criticals.
Clever. All right, last attack.
Yeah, you can choose. And 22 is a hit. Yeah, so 8.
So 8.
Alright. Chunkin. Alright, Mr. Ulisef.
All right. I love how the first thing we do is just decide that we're going to kill all of them.
They threw an enormous rock at us. This isn't time to be sitting thinking about how we can best be friendly.
Not at us. It's fine. It's
You're right.
fine.
You're right. Some asshole's just mowing, like wandering down the street, throwing his machine gun around, like blowing poles out of everything, and he takes a chunk out of your wife who's walking by you. You're like, he wasn't shooting at us. He was just shooting at the environment near us. We shouldn't be bothered.
Free for all.
All right. So I moved some, and I'm going to use a
Poor elemental babies.
empowered meta magic on to cast Fireball. I'm going to cast it. A sec. Where was it exactly? Yeah, here, so that it affects all these. Oh no, not there.
What's the radius?
Here. It's 20
Would
feet.
you like me to move more at the end of my turn? Because I think I can.
Generally speaking, if you're not in the center of stuff, then that is more effective. Yes. All right. So right
Like,
to this
I could've
center.
done
Just be
that.
careful how you move,
Yeah, it's
because
fine.
you can opportunity attacks if you move out of range.
Yeah, it's totally fine. But
All
okay,
enemies in this game have Blade Master.
Yes.
Oh wait,
okay. So centered on this, so that it hits both these two guys and both these two guys, and that's it.
Okay. You probably don't want to hit the fire elementals
By-
with Fireball anyways.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, it's Fireball. They're immune to fire. So. Okay.
You want to throw up the spell card for that real quick?
Just a second.
And
That's
then we can... It's 34
well, not quite, since I'm
plus
doing
meta magic.
the meta magic thing, and since I'm using a 4th level spell. So just a second. Let me roll the 1 extra d6 for the 4th level spell.
Okay.
Yep.
So you can upcast spells in this game, which is you can use a level 3 spell, you can use it out of the level 4 spell slot or higher, and it gives you extra bonuses when you do that. So it costs you more resources, but it makes it more powerful.
All right, and so because of the meta magic, the 3 2s and the 3, I'm going to re-roll. So just a second. It's 40, 6, 9. So it's 31 plus what I roll.
Okay. $17. It's not bad.
What's the DC on the
Yeah,
fireball?
That's why I
So
asked for the spell card.
Reflex 18.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the full. If they save on their saving throw, they're going to take half damage from this. Otherwise, they take full damage from this. And the saving throw is a dexterity save. Okay.
And if for whatever reason either of them are resistant to fire, then the feat I have makes it so that that doesn't happen.
Matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gotcha.
would that work for immune creatures as well, or just resistant?
That
think
will
only
make them resistant, I think.
I'm not sure.
If they are,
It doesn't
I think if they are full, immune, it will force them to be half resistant, and if they are resistant, there is no resistance, I think. Not sure. It was some kind of
So
magic,
it
but
was
I'm not sure if it's yours.
51? No, that's not right. It was 31 and 17, so
48.
48. That's how math works. Yeah. Mathematical. Very, very good.
It's not bad for AoE.
It's not, yeah, not too shabby.
Does it count as AoE if I shoot 7 times?
Because
Only
you
if you shoot in random directions.
Yeah, because you could shoot all 7 at one spot. I don't know.
You are already a machine gun. You shot like 6 arrows in 6 seconds.
7 arrows in 6 seconds, and I can shoot 8. But I chose the hex.
Just rolling.
Alright. Some pretty decent chunk in there. There's some steam sputtering off of these 2 water elementals, and there's some fire getting sucked up and swirled around inside these air elementals, and they're turning slightly orangish. That said, it has been about an hour. If we want to take a break here now and then pick up
At the top of the turn when all the elementals kick some ass.
at the top of the turn, so the elementals can make that moves.
Alright, thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back shortly. See you soon.